Thank you for turning to page 121. Today we're going to take a look at Naval Adventure number 4, Enemy of My Enemy. This is the fourth and final one of the naval adventures that went with the Element Class Cruiser box set, which has a fine set of blueprints for the Element Class Cruiser and a lot of information on running an active duty campaign. All four of the naval adventures do take place during an active duty naval campaign, and your travelers are the command crew and staff, or however you want to put them aboard the vessel. I find command crew is best if you're going to be running a active duty naval game, but you can also have multiple characters aboard the ship that your players would play. So, as I said, this is number 4 of 4. It was written by Christopher Griffin, and it's from 2021. And we get the introduction here is that you're going to be basically going on a more or less diplomatic mission in District 268, based out primarily out of the world Kalas, which is it's one of the foremost runners in District 268 to become sector capital if ever the Imperium finally goes ahead and incorporates all of District 268. They have a couple of, I think they have 2 worlds in the subsector and 10 client states. And it's all brought out here nicely in this book. So, for one thing, with the the Fifth Frontier War raging right now through Mongoose products, this one's incredibly handy because it's got information for a neighbor of the Sword Worlds and could very well be a target for some early action in the war. And that's what this book gives you. I'm not going to go deep into the book because it's an adventure and I don't want to give anything away as far as the adventure. You are sent out to do a diplomatic cruise to go to Kalas and make nice and go to all the balls and parties that they want to throw for you and smile and glad hand, because that's what you're there for. You're doing a flag showing, but you're also giving of your crew and your crew's time, and that actually just lends itself to role playing. I could do a whole night of just that kind of cloakroom intrigue for a game like this. That could be a lot of fun if you were the captain and crew. And of course, you have the standard, raiders burst in because they see an opportunity to disrupt the relations with the Imperium, and your players have to settle it with weaponry or their fists, and that's all fine too. But when I'm running an active duty campaign, I'm not looking for that kind of action. Now, let me say, the information in this book is good for any size game you're running. If you're just looking for some local worlds, they're very well fleshed out here. I'm not going to go any further than that because it's referee's information after. But the worlds are very fleshed out here. Truxilon, Istavin, Kalas are all fleshed out very nicely, and all the other surrounding worlds are dealt with in some fashion. So my campaign right now, my travelers have settled on Istavin. And this is beautiful for me. This is literally where we're playing right now. I've used all these worlds in my game so far. And I want to keep that going, but I also, when I do the active duty campaign, I'm probably going to introduce it down in District 268 in the independent areas, doing a flag showing mission when suddenly the war breaks. And I'm thinking of using an Imperial Element Class Cruiser as their base, their starship. So this works beautifully. They recommend the Imperial Class, they recommend the box set, the Element Class Cruiser, if you want to use that as the ship for the captain and crew. I'm certainly going to. That's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I've been talking about this campaign for a while, and I'm always talking in the we will be doing, or soon. Because of scheduling conflicts, I'm not even certain I'm going to be able to start this campaign in this calendar year. More likely it's going to be into the new year before I really get going on this. So I know I talked about filming some of it, especially Session 0, and some of the gameplays, and my players are for it. It's just that in the next 2 months, we're all not going to be together much at all. There's only going to be a game here and a game there. In a lot of cases, I won't know who's playing until we sit down at 7 o'clock to find out. So I'm disappointed that I had to push my game back, but I also understand. People have lives, and lives go on. But anyway, back to the adventure at hand. This is incredibly useful if you're just running merchants on a freighter, just going from port to port trying to make a buck. This stuff is so fleshed out. We've got star bases, we've got scout bases, we've got high ports and down ports in this. It's really nice. There's a little bit of high guard in here, but I don't want to say what it's for because it'll give it away. And the worlds are very fleshed out. You can take what's in this book and just go ahead and set your game right there, and boom. Once you've read through the 3 or 4 pages they've done, worked over the world profile, you're going to be in pretty good shape to sit down and run your game. I did not own this when I started my campaign. I wish I did, because this is going to be incredibly helpful to me for get my game going forward for both games I'm running. The one where they're merchants and / pirates, and the other one where they're members of the Third Imperial Navy. And interestingly, I realized that as naval presence, I could end up with a game where one set of characters is hunting the other set of characters, and I am toying with this scenario for that. But that's really all I can tell you about this adventure. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. The writing is excellent. It's not a suspenseful mission, but it's just packed full of information. If you're going to adventure in District 268, I think of all the adventures I've read so far from Mongoose, this would be the one I would grab. There's a lot of great information on District 268 in here, and you can certainly use that in any campaign you're putting down there, whatever size it is. So that's all I've got, just a short look at Naval Adventure 4, Enemy of My Enemy. Let me know if you like this type of video. If you do, I'll be happy to keep doing them. If there's something else I could change short of showing the entire module, because I'm not going to do that. And that's all I've got for today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your friends. I'm still trying to grow the channel. And please take a look at Patreon and see if you can help me out there. Existing patrons, thank you very much. I really appreciate your support. That's it for today. I'll see you next time on page 121.